it.
Hello, all you cool orcs and goblins. I'm Hugh the Lizard, and I will be your recapper for the next few weeks, 13 weeks, I guess. I'm joined today by the abstract concept that is critical for long-term economic growth, innovation.
Hey, how are you all doing today? I'm ecstatic about the new season. What about you here?
Yeah, I'm pretty excited. I'm excited for this division, my own division, and playing these games again and watching all these players play. There's a pretty good mix with this division. I'm glad we ended up with this one. Ogres are always fun. I love watching Kislev games, and there's I don't think there's two of anything.
Did we keep the oak? I thought they had a switch.
Oh, did we lose the ogre? Well, that's too
Uh,
bad.
uh no, Haranzord's got admin admin place up
Okay.
for the ogres.
Well, he might show up. Uh, might come, but still, it's I really like how there's not. I don't think I'm looking at it again. Yeah, there's not a duplicate race, which is makes it I think a little bit more fun because you get a lot more variety in the kinds of games that you get to watch.
Yeah, I quite like that.
Kemery too. I didn't mention Kemery. We will definitely have fun watching Kemery play.
Um, I like Camry. As you know, and as other people may not know, I played Camry in Clan for a season, and while it's not quite the same kind of concept, I really enjoyed the way that Camry kind of play.
Yeah, it's like that Agi 2 has kind of scared me off from trying them, but should probably give them a try sometime.
Yeah, definitely.
So, oh, we have people in the chat. I'm not used to checking the chat when I'm doing these precaps because this is the first time we've done it live. So I'll try to remember to look at it. I have to turn my head slightly, and turning my head slightly is just too much work.
All
Oh, is that
right.
two necros? You're right, Rob. There are two necros. Um, that
Ugh.
makes me a little sad now. But you know what? At least like there's some divisions where you have like two multiple duplicates, so it's still okay that there's only one duplicate team. Um,
One of them has a disgusting wolf. I
yeah,
remember this one.
yeah. Well, we'll get to that. So before we do a deep dive into the teams, I just want to kind of lay out the sort of the format that the recaps are going to take. Um, some of you we've recapped the last season, um, but we're going to be changing the format some ways. Just to make it a little less burdensome. To be honest, I felt a little burnout by the end of last season, so I wanted to try something that wouldn't quite be so labor intensive. So the plan is each week we're gonna pick a game and we're gonna stream that game so that everyone can watch it with our commentary. Um, then we will kind of ad hocly watch the other games, kind of like if we have time, we will catch a game, but we're not going to commit to watching every single game. But we will make sure that we kind of spread it out so no one is kind of missing on our brilliant insights. Um, but for the games that we're going to stream, I think this will work best if people tag us, tag me on what times you're playing, and I'll sort of figure out when is the best time for me to stream. and each week I'll make sure it's a different. I'm not streaming the same teams 2 weeks in a row, and that every team will be streamed at least once.
Yeah.
Uh, Spoon, I don't appreciate that. I'm Blood Bowl is way important than whatever your job is.
Right.
Yeah.
uh,
You know what? Get your manager in the office and let me talk to him.
point out all the greatness of Blood Bowl to him and get him to make a watch party for you for your recap.
Yeah, exactly. Maybe he'll start an office league. That'd be great. What else do I have to say? General disclaimer. Innovation and I kind of have a style, a very critique-esque style, where we, especially when we watch games, we kind of say, "Oh, this person did this wrong. This person did that thing right." When we do that, we are not. We are very much not saying we're better coaches than any of you. It's super easy to sit on the sideline and be like, "You should do this, and you should do that," when you're not under the pressure of the game. Um, and a lot of times, I point out mistakes that I make all the time. And that's why I recognize them as mistakes. So
I
just
second that.
yeah. So if anyone like feels like we're being a little over the top, over critical, and kind of taking the fun out of the recaps for you by doing that, just send me a PM and I'll tone it back.
Yeah, it'd probably be me to be fair. But you know what they say: those who can't play recap, right?
Exactly. Exactly. Okay, I think that's all we have for the preamble. Hey, Lewis, how are you doing? So we're gonna. So right off the top, congratulations to Rasta for being the division leader. Well done.
Oh, the week zero leader.
Yep. Let's see if he can hold on to that title. Uh, Here we have pretty low TV human team. Although I think this division all kind of ranges between 1400 and 1700, so it's not that out of step. Uh,
Yeah, there is quite the variant.
yeah. Uh, how I think I looked at this earlier, but yeah, so they're coming right out of Division 5, so they're brand new. They've only played like 14 games.
14 games. He's got a lot of development. Kind of all kind of bunched up on like 4 or 5 pieces.
Mm-hmm. You get the impression that he scores a lot with the catchers,
Yeah,
and
you do, don't you? You do.
yeah, and
Um,
the Grapna. So I mean, like, there's a couple really nice pieces here that make for a great building blocks. Most notably, you have Grapne, the strength 4 blitzer, movement
Superman,
movement 8, mighty blow. You get tackle on that guy, and
a
he is
nightmare.
someone to be feared. He can pretty much hit you anywhere in the pitch.
Um, yeah, it's a really nice blitz, isn't it? The thing that you worry about is the lack of development everywhere else.
Yeah. Well, I was just
Like
gonna I
out
was just gonna
outside of
focus
you, you're like,
on the sort of foundation before I start pointing out that everyone else kind of sucks.
he's got 3 guard total. He's got
Yeah,
2 mighty blow.
yeah. I mean, that's not bad
That's not
though.
terrible,
Yeah, that's
but
like you got a catcher here. You have 2 blodge sidestep catchers, which I like. That
and
can
a
be
guard.
very annoying. And then you stuck guard on it. Um, that is really great. Uh, if you give Moog uh, diving tackle next, then these catchers can get a lot of work done. Blodge, Mighty Blow, Agi Busted is the Agi Busted is okay. Like maybe give him guard, either guard or stand firm next. Yeah, even the players that I say are really good, I'm thinking about what they should get next to help improve this team. Like there is a there is a really big lack of tackle on this team.
There's no tackle.
Yeah,
um, no, he's got some really nice pieces. He's got like the nice start of a human team because you kind of to make humans great, you kind of want those stats in different places. You kind of don't really mind what, as long as it's not plus AV. Um, but it's the beginning of it, isn't it? So it'd be interesting to see what he kind of goes with on the 4 out of 6 blitzer and stuff.
yeah. We'll this will be an interesting team to watch to see how it develops.
Definitely.
Tackle is overrated, says the elf player. Uh, yeah, I think that's all we need to say there. Come on. Uh, for some reason, the website has decided crap out on me.
Nice, reliable technology. We like
Yeah,
to see it.
here we go. All right, on to the people who hate tackle the most. Well, maybe second most after Amazon. The Funky Flowers Wood Elves.
Ah, I have no idea how to say your name, so you're just gonna be Mr. L.
Mr. L. Um, yeah, whoever gets to play these guys first are super lucky. Missing a couple really nice pieces here, and the kick.
Um, Agi 5 catcher being was huge, huge, but he's still got the Agi 5 9 war dancer.
That is
So good.
very true. Yeah.
This is such a nice team. This is I had a quick look through the division. This team's actually my favorite to win it. I know Mr. Owl played Amazon, took them to playoff a few times in a row. So I think I'd rate him as a coach, and with the team that he's got, he's kind of my favorite to go on and early doors.
Yeah, this is definitely, and I mean, this is a really nice 17-10 team as well. Like, I feel like there's not a lot more that you'd want to add to this. The second war dancer, the less developed one, I feel like is gonna get tackle, and that will be nice to have like two tackle pieces because AV7 stuff does happen, and if he's playing against a heavy dodge team, losing Turkey Tail would be pretty crippling. Um, but that's probably the biggest vulnerability that I see. Orcs are playing him first, so we'll look at that team and then we'll see how well
That seems fair.
they'll be able to take advantage of this. But yeah, like having multi Agi 5, you have the sacker, and then you have the
Guards,
recovery.
all the guards on an elf team are wrong, out of order.
Yeah, yeah, guard catcher's nice. Blodge, and then you have yeah, then you have the the blodge side step diving tackle that we were talking about for the human team. They can just, if you
Yeah,
don't handle it right, like putting that
that's
piece in the right spot, your opponent's entire turn turns around, like trying to deal with that one player.
um yeah, I'd agree with that. It can take up a lot of your resources just to get that off of say you or something if they blitz down a corner.
Yeah. Or even just like if the other side doesn't have tackle, you can like just put him right in front of the corner of your cage. And it's like, okay, you can like hit me, but then I'm gonna be on the ball.
Yeah, you can kind of put it on the cage corner closest to going towards the middle of the pitch, can't you? And force them down the side.
Yeah, yeah. There's a lot of neat things it can do with that. So
There's a lot of
where's
horrible things
this?
you can do with that.
Yeah, neat and horror, same difference. This is another uh out of Division 5 team. So that's, I mean, elves,
That doesn't look like a Division 5 team,
yeah,
does it?
like elves can like get lots of development really quickly, but I feel like even for elves, that's pretty ridiculous. He did
Oh,
make playoffs last season though. Um,
that's an impressive. Division 5's going through the play-in well.
yeah, I haven't been in Division 5. Like when I was in Division 5, they had the old rules, so I'm not as familiar with it. But I'm actually surprised that they didn't bump him up to tier 3 based on this record. That's, I had a pretty like almost exactly the same record as this, and that's what they did to me. Um, but maybe there just wasn't a spot.
Uh, yeah. Um,
But yeah, this is definitely the well, it with that context does look like he made it to playoffs and then got his teeth kicked in a little.
yeah. That just is the thing. Is oh, he lost against Necro.
Yeah,
Deadbeat X.
yeah,
So
not
that'd
a
be
game.
interesting dynamic this
Yeah, see if he can get his vengeance on Necro.
yeah. Uh, put that wolf out the pasture.
Okay, let's look at the Dark Angels of Lilith.
I've heard of this team. Heard of Andy, and I think this team's been running quite a while because I think I was watching Andy Davo play back when he played in Rebel,
Oh, you
and
know
I
what?
think he played this team.
Yeah, it goes all the way back to season 9.
Yeah, it's got quite the history, even as a legendary Agi 5 killer.
Yeah, this is the only legendary player in division, but you would expect that from a tier 4. But yeah, this, I like that. I, not to criticize certain people in this chat who have re-rolled. I like not re-rolling. Like, like do what you want, have fun. But I like having teams with a long history. I played. I'm on the 4th season of my own team, and oh, actually no, the 5th season. And I kind of like
uh,
having that bit of a backstory to my team, their
I
struggles and their triumphs.
I played 5 seasons, and I never really liked playing the race that I was, so I kind of yeah. When enough is enough.
Yeah, well, that's fair. If you play Nurgle, like you have to shower 3 times a day.
Yeah, that's a lot of soap.
Uh,
but
yeah.
this elf team also has guard, like
Yeah, this is a very nice elf team as well.
mul- two agi 5. Like
And the
this
strength
isn't
4.
fair. And oh yeah, and four agi,
Yeah.
who's got a level as well.
I I kind of wish there was strip ball somewhere in this. Darth Dog might be able to get it after 11 SPP.
We're down to one witch. She's got no level, so maybe the witches were like we can
Um,
wildly spectate.
not it doesn't look like he has that much of a history of taking strip ball. In all the seasons, he's only had one player with strip ball, so maybe he doesn't. Oh, so
Maybe it's
Spoon is saying he was in Division 1 in season 12 and 13. So, yeah. And this is a pretty solid team, so I'd say that this is a team to watch this season. He is going to have a little bit of rebuilding to do because it's a pretty unevenly developed team. Like, if the Darkwing Duck goes down, that's 250 TV that he's lost off of 1720. It's like,
yeah.
what is that? Eighth of his TV is locked into one player. Am I doing that math right? I don't know.
Um. Uh. Yeah, about one, just over 1/8.
Oh,
But that's not taken into account to have a loan as well. So on his first game, he loan 70k. He's 1720 first.
yeah.
Two loaners. Two loaners.
Uh, no, it's a seventh of his total TV. Anyway, this has been Mental Math Live on stream. So
This is
good,
why you don't do math live.
yeah,
Stream.
good team. Definitely a team to watch. A coach with a lot of experience. Uh, should do pretty well this season.
He's got the right to
Yeah.
the right to do well. I'm
Okay.
sticking with my woodies.
You're breaking up a little.
Oh,
Yeah.
am I?
Yeah.
How how am I now?
You're better. Yeah.
There you go.
So the ogre, we're not sure if the ogre is in this season, so we won't spend a lot of time on them. Um, Agi 3 ogre, pretty good.
Yep.
Not something I would take if on a human team, but I think on an ogre team it's great.
Yeah, on an ogre team, I definitely take.
Yeah. Some nobblers that need to get fired. I like a ogre team that has diving tackle spam because it makes the nobblers, because they're at the
Sure.
twitch, you can just walk through them without a problem. Diving tackle makes them a lot more annoying. And yeah, two guard probably wants to get break tackle at some point. Nothing else really to say.
Yeah, it's a ogre team, so it's gonna be a tough for him. Um, the Agi 3 ogre I like. I think that's a plus for him. And I agree with you about going dive and tackle. To be honest, it's
So
a lot more.
the ogre's record is 4 draws and a loss, which is pretty
That's
good
not
for.
terrible.
Yeah. Yeah. So I mean, like, this is actually not bad development for 5 games either.
No, that's
So they seem to be able to get the casualties that they need to level up. Are you there enough?
yep, yep.
Okay.
No, I don't disagree with anything you said, to be honest. But there's it'd be see how he plays them. It's difficult for me. I'm not looking at Rebel.net, so I'm just viewing it Twitch
Mm. Oh, okay. So that you just see me scroll
through
up and
you.
down.
Yeah, I'm just watching you scroll it up and down, and I'm just kind of like, yeah, I
Yeah.
don't disagree with anything. To be honest, Adi is a big plus side for. There's not a lot else to say.
I'm sorry for the scrolling up and down, by the way. I know it's a little annoying, so I'll try not to do it. It's kind of just you fidget, you know? I was just fidgeting, but I will restrain myself. So yeah, Ogre team, fun. Hope that they are in this season. Hope they haven't dropped out.
Yep.
Next, we have the Kemri, who came from outer
Ah,
space.
Rob thought. One of my favorite part of a tandem that is.
So I don't know a lot about Kemri team, but for its TV level, this is looking pretty good. Um, it's a little too bad he hasn't been able to roll a block on any of its Tomb Raiders, Tomb Guardians, but
I
can't
like
really
Tomb
hold that
Raiders better.
against them. Sorry, what?
That sounds better. I like Tomb Raiders better. It
Yeah,
sounds better, doesn't it?
yeah,
It's like
not
a rip off of Indiana Jones at that point.
not really thematically um, sound, but yeah, Tomb Raiders.
uh, you'd like some more guards, kind of bully a bit more, I think. But two guards not terrible. You're coming up for one season as well. You got three mighty blow. You've got the palm here with the that's I kind of like the split as well on the blitz rise of one going tackle mighty blow and the other one being kind of your out and out palm. The movement ups. Um, I bet that was a tough question.
Yeah,
Whether you take it, whether you don't, it's difficult, but it does make the 2-turn a lot more viable,
I don't know if you
which
do
is
it.
always
I don't know if you do it for the 2 turn. Um,
you do it. So
I think you
Gallop
do it
after
for
its
the
palm.
fact that he's gonna start many of his turns on his back, and the extra movement makes it getting to the next blitz target a little easier.
Yeah, there's a lot less GFIs.
Yeah,
Turn a bit more viable.
but then again, there's like a lot of other skills that could have made him more. Yeah, it would have been a tough call. I think ultimately he. Well, I mean, like it's up to him if he made the right call or not. But
Yeah.
there's definitely a strong case to be made for the movement up.
Yeah, I think the other clear choice here was like Juggernaut to go and bully. But as a as our clan leader, Italian, there's just not enough DP. Is there only the one DP and it's attached to block? It's 80k valued P. So
So how
I
have you
don't
been?
know.
Have you been playing with the Rob? Have you been playing with the movement a lot, or is there a recent level up? Given where its SPP is, I think you've played with him. Have you found it useful, or do you regret taking it? Oh, he got it last game. Okay, well you'll let us know. I think ultimately it is the right decision. Um,
I think it's the most fun.
yeah, that's true also. Yeah, block on dirty player. He has another Skelly that's 2 away from getting dirty player.
When you went dirty player block, I'd have questions about that. I think I'd have gone wrestle.
Yeah, that's sort of the tradition, isn't it? Um, I like I like wrestle on things like Skellies more than block
Yeah,
generally, because it kind of just it makes them a little bit more annoying,
definitely.
especially when you're like when you have so many strength 5 players and guard, and you can try to wrestle down that one guard player that's keeping your Tomb Guardian from getting a 2D hit on the one you're going to get a 2D hit on.
It'd be a day. You try not to take it.
Yeah. But like
Fear the.
going wrestle with one and block with the other is fine though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'd have liked to see like the wrestle Skelly block, the DP wrestle.
And
Hey
so
ho,
that Rob says that he's gonna sack the AV8, and that was going to be my next question: is whether you get rid of him.
leveling up Tomb Guardian, pretty awful though. Is
Yeah, it is. It is.
it's not
AV8 Tomb
exactly handing
Guardian
off to him.
is like when you have decay.
Oh, it's pretty bad.
Yeah, and so much of Camry lives and dies on whether or not the two Guardians stay on the field.
Yeah, you kind of need it to be a pillar that you can kind of build one skill and like get him with probably a good choice. It just hurts to sack it.
And Spoon says we need to sack the tackle guy.
Oh,
So
definitely.
yeah,
If you're playing elves first, definitely.
yeah. You
And probably the DP too soon, hey?
he's 20k short of sacking him, the Tomb Guardian for the next game. So presumably that's the guy that is gonna get the MVP.
The question mark is do you fire it so it doesn't get the so you can make sure.
Oh, you still want him for the game. You
Uh,
still don't want to go in the game with 3 Tomb Guardians. Let's look at his record. Uh, yeah, just came up from Division 5. What is that? 3-5-4? It's pretty decent.
not
Khemri's
bad.
tough at the beginning. You don't have a lot of great tools when you start off. You kind of have to
You
develop
don't
your Tomb Guardians.
you don't have a lot of anything.
Yeah, like you have Oh, you know what? I should also mention I like kickoff return on the thrower.
Oh, I love thrower. I love the way they built up Spider. Great name, by the way. uh, yeah, I really like this. It's really
Uh, oh, you were 50-50 on keeping the team. Well, we'll see how it goes. Yeah, I think you'll have more fun with it now that you have a little bit of development and a little bit more. I think like 1600 is a good like that's when Camry is good. Is when you're around 1600.
uh,
I could be
it's a
like
shame. It's a shame that you haven't rolled block on,
yeah, that's
but
well that's just another argument for getting rid of the AV8 Tomb Guardian.
yeah, give yourself an go at.
Okay. the first of the Necro teams
Nice.
by Tommy Rogers.
Uh, the
You sound like you were saying something, and then you cut out.
It's got the disgusting pom wolf that
Yes.
I was discussing.
Um, no block though, which I don't. I'm not a big fan of getting mighty blow before you get block.
The mighty blows are double, so he had
Good point. Yes. So you take the mighty blow, and then you take block before you take the pile on.
no. The piling on's a double as well.
Oh, yeah, that's also a good point. Yeah, they're both strength. All right, well, then you did what you had to do. I totally 100% get it. I retract all that I just said. Um, yeah. So, everyone, your mission, um, not just to kill the legendary Dark Elf Blitzer, you gotta kill this werewolf before it gets blocked.
If I don't see that pom werewolf, well, claw pom werewolf fouled off every game, I'd be disappointed with the division.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, the only time those werewolves are allowed to survive is round.
Yeah. He has to be kind of careful with him, with the frenzy, that he doesn't expose him to the foul.
Well, he's only really got 3 guard to back it up, hasn't it? So it'd be very key how he positions it and what blitz he kind of takes.
This is another team that doesn't have a lot of tackle. It's probably just because it's relatively low TV division, but like there's only one tackle piece. If you're elves, you tie up that piece and you can kind of run around freely.
I
Though
think there's two. I think there's talk about when you're playing out.
we lost Inno again. Um, we'll never know what to do when we're playing elves. You paid the golem tax, did you? Let's see what you had for your golems. Oh, yeah. So you used to have more tackle. You've lost it. Add G4, right? That must have hurt. Yep. Pretty strong flesh golems as it is. DP. You need to
Discord
develop this
gave up.
right. I don't like ghouls on necro teams. I think you need one ghoul at least. I think if you have more than 2 ghouls, you're making a mistake, but I think one ghoul, maybe 2 ghouls, is kind of necessary. Because otherwise, you're always carrying the ball on your werewolves, which is fine under some circumstances, but other circumstances, you want your werewolves out hitting AV9 things.
One goal is kind of standard.
Oh, I thought you could have 4 ghouls.
3 or 4.
Okay. Oh, is it undead is 4? Okay, that's probably why I'm confused.
Yeah. Um. Good necro team. Fair.
Yeah. Well, this is a team that's been around a little more than some of the other teams. I think just like looking at their previous, they've suffered a fair bit of attrition. I
How
don't know
many
how
wolf
recent this
deaths?
stuff is, but it's pretty. I don't think there's another team that has this much of a previous player page going for them. A lot of just straight out deaths too. Like,
Not retired.
yeah. Well, we tired to the necro heaven in the sky.
There's no such necro heaven, is there? Let's be honest.
Yeah. So solid team in need of development, which is I
I
think
think
what can
that's
be said
fair.
about a lot of these teams. But that's actually good for them because if they're playing against most like there's a few really well developed team like the Wood Elf and the Dark Elf, but everyone else so far seems like they're about the same level.
Yeah. No, that's
Yeah, regen is a myth that that we tell little baby necros so that they can grow up brave and strong. So, Scales of Beauty. We were actually a little familiar with this team. We streamed the Challenger Cup game that Scale of Beauty was in,
ah,
if you recall that,
I did.
Don't
Um,
remember anything about that game, to be honest.
oh, it's the one where he kept on basing up chores with claw
Oh
bomb. Yeah, I
yes,
remember that
yes,
too.
yeah. I knew he was played against Chorf, but yeah, and I
I
think
was like, I was like, please don't do that.
yeah,
I remember that game. Yeah,
yeah. I remember that now too. Where yeah, it's like don't base Chorfs. Don't
not claw bomb chores.
don't base Chorfs. Um, Stay away from them. You have
He,
way
he
more
nearly got pitch
maneuverability
cleared.
than they do. You have like two or three sources that like just by necessity have to be based up, but don't go all in with your team. Uh,
Yeah,
yeah, but again, you have the beginnings of a solid team here. Uh, you're missing block on two of your Sauruses, but I think that's from well, it's kind of from attrition. He's had a few Saurus die.
self-inflicted.
Yeah.
um,
Uh, and well, was it? Did he have? He didn't come out of the Challenger Cup game that badly. Just a bunch of badly hurts.
considering how that game went, that's upside. To be honest,
Yeah. So there were 23 armor breaks against him in that game. Um, yeah, don't base Chorfs.
don't place claw bomb chores. Like, well,
I You got a good skink, although niggled, so you have to protect him. I think I would have preferred sprint instead of sure feet, but that's really nitpicky of me.
sure feats, uh, like from a technical standpoint, is a better skill, but I do like sprint.
I think the thing is between sprint and sure feet, and I put a lot of thought in this because I'm a Lisman coach myself. Sprint allows plays that would have been impossible to happen. Sure feet makes plays safer. So it's a bit of a trade
It's
off.
it's risk versus reward.
Yeah. But I mean, 1 in 6 chance of falling, like, versus like a desperation score. I'm not saying Sure Feet's wrong. Like I said, it's a very nitpicky. It's a fair enough choice. But I prefer Sprint first. And yeah, so his philosophy is obviously different than mine because he gave the other skink Sure Feet first.
Yeah, Well, um, I don't know a lot about lizard men, so I kind of just leave this bit to
Yeah. Well, I don't think there's much more to say.
He's a bit godlike, all I'd
Yeah, but
say,
I mean,
but it's
like,
about average for what we've so
yeah,
far.
like there isn't like a spot where you can be like, oh, he should have taken guard instead of this. Like he had no guard, so he took guard. He had no tackle, so he took tackle. We'll see how he develops the remaining Saurus. Um, I'm gonna bitch and moan a little bit about the Mighty Blow before block, like I did with the
I
Necro
bet he
except it's
regretted that.
not a double, so that's a normal. Shouldn't do that. You can look up the math. You actually get development faster with the block instead of the Mighty Blow, and all your plays become a lot safer.
Yep.
So I don't mind taking Mighty Blow as a second skill. I've done it quite often myself, but never take Mighty Blow as a first skill on a Saurus. That would be
Um, I'd
my
take
advice.
Mighty Blow. I'd take Mighty Blow over Guard. She la between like your level, just to get them to guard faster, to catch up with the others in terms of development. Generally, yeah, don't go much. It's not fun.
Um, so there's this sort of continued issues with your. I think it's the connection. I don't know if it's the new device you bought,
Yeah,
but
it's
it
a
might be the
connection.
connection.
It's yellow. So how's that?
Uh, it kind of comes and goes, so it's like you say, "How's that?" At that moment, it's fine, but other times it just kind of goes.
Yeah, it just went yellow on disc. Like it flashed up yellow at the top where it's voice connected. So yeah.
So who's 700 Lizard Games? Um, okay, so I guess it's possible I'm teaching my grandma to suck eggs if he's played that many games and he feels confident in the Mighty Blow before block. But then again, like he base Chorfs, so I don't know what to think. Um,
Um
Maybe it's been a lot of games against AI, which I did a lot of games against AI when I first got the games. Um, but then learned once I started playing people that what works against the AI doesn't work in life. But we could be totally wrong. I just I'm
we
surprised
watched
he's
the
played Lizard.
challenges game. We watched the challenges game.
Yeah,
I haven't played anywhere near 700 games every that I've ever played. And I wouldn't base club
mostly on CCL. See,
brave.
that's interesting too because CCL tends to have a lot of claw palm chorfs. So you think he would have learned that lesson. Well, maybe he was having an off day. I don't know. We'll see how he plays, but um, with apologies to Celarnis, I'm a little surprised he's played Lizardman just based on that one game, but I may be being unfair judging him. A 58% win rate, and that's pretty good too. Like that's definitely nothing to sneeze at, not squeeze at, sneeze at. So yeah, I guess he does know what he's doing. We'll see how he goes. Guys, top
Who is
four.
next on the list?
Uh, yeah, I find the game he played in Challenger Cups like even more confusing, but we'll move on. Barry and the lads. We uh, we know this team pretty well. We recapped for them last season, and it's a fun team.
A favorite chaos too.
Yeah, not optimal by any means. but still
Oh,
fun.
we've said this a lot. Like you're lock, you're lacking a lot of guard and stuff and skills and other stuff, but it is so much fun to watch.
Yeah. The only thing that makes it's optimal in my heart. That is very fair. So Lewis, we need the passing Beastman again. I miss the thrower Beastman so much. He was so fun.
He was so good.
Where is he? This just makes me sad. Pass, extra arm, strong arm. He he was the king among men.
He certainly was. Well, King among Beasts.
Yeah, that is a ball handling minnow. Uh, uh, Taking the Agi up on the minnow might be taking the theme a little too far, but hey, I like the commitment. Claw
on his
tentacles. You know what? It
on
gives
his
them.
legend scroll, it'd be
Yeah.
interesting if he rolled Agi up.
Yes. Yes. Please. Please, Barry. Give us an Agi 4 Minotaur.
the ball carrying miner. That'd
Actually,
be like my favorite piece in Rebel, I think.
Lewis brings up a good point. He did score, I think, a couple times last season on the Minotaur.
Oh, did he really?
At least once. It was a scatter ball that hit the Minotaur.
Nice.
Uh, yeah, I'm excited that we have the division with this team again. The next double he rolls on a Beastman better be pass, or I'm going to be very disappointed.
Riot. Gonna riot.
It was fun watching him out elf an elf team.
This is probably more Alfie than some of the Alf team.
Oh, actually, sorry, I didn't look at his record for others to see. So being around for this is his fourth season, so has been kicking around for a little bit. Um, will be one of the higher TV teams. I'll be interested to see how he develops Gary Jr. If he goes for more of a traditional warrior, or if he once again rolls the Agi up. Didn't he have two Agi 4 warriors?
I think so.
Yeah, it
Or it might have
died.
been a base.
Uh, yeah. Sorry, Lewis. Your team is less fun this season as it was last season. You should have just kept Tam. It was just an Agi bust. Was Tam not good enough for you? If it's good enough for Camry, it should be good enough for you.
Insulting.
Yeah. Heartbroken. Okay. The Way of the Was, the lucky guy who gets to play the damaged wood elves. Although he's a little damaged himself. He's missing his thrower leader accurate. Oh, he built him as a true blue thrower rather than building him
You
as
know,
a ball carrier.
he has no sure hands. Strip dells, don't you? That's gonna be a problem.
Yeah. Um, Good troll. Um, I don't weigh into this debate too much, but I lean toward against getting the troll. The little bit of orcs I played had a troll, but I didn't really like it that much. But I've seen a lot of great orc teams use the troll well, and this is a particularly good troll, so no complaints there.
I hate all big guys equal. Yeah,
Yeah, you're anti big guy having I can't say that word.
on nearly every team.
Yeah, except lizard men really need it.
Lizardman and Nurgle are about the only places where you have to get.
Yeah, you could do without the big guy. Well, no humans. I think humans need the ogre.
Nah,
I'll
doesn't
accept
bother.
that as an edge case, but I think you don't see human teams without the ogre for a good reason.
Yeah, I think
Yeah, not too much to say about this team. Once again, a lack of tackle. Um, yeah, I'm not like I would be curious to see how much he actually uses the thrower as a thrower. I tend to think of orc throwers as just dedicated ball carriers that don't actually do a lot of throwing. Kickoff return is like I like his development up until accurate, and then it kind of I feel like it's not as good after that. Leader, some people like leader. It's fine,
leaders.
but here he has 3 rerolls, so he's just doing leader for the 4th reroll, which I don't think you really need. Yeah,
You could drop a reroll, but it means having a thrower on.
yes, that's the thing too. Is you don't really want the thrower on the field when you're on defense. Uh, but I think that's the only real point of criticism I might have. I like he's doing the traditional Black Orc builds, which works really well. A couple rookie blitzers and a couple really nicely developing blitzers. Like you get that double with a dodge, which can be really nice on the blitzer because it not only makes him a little tougher to take down, but gives him a little bit more maneuverability.
Do you
That
make
Orcs
that
team
stand
last.
firm next?
Yeah, 100% stand firm. I'll be.
I like.
Yeah. Yeah, leader has the last skill too, I think. I think that's a good point, Lewis. I think it's you almost get the feeling like he didn't know what to take next, so he took that.
He
Um
just kept on rolling normal.
yeah.
Thrower
Um
is kind of bad.
yeah, so I don't know what you actually take, but to be
I'd
fair,
have gone. I'd have gone tackle,
yeah, make him yeah, actually that's not bad. Like
so you could use him on both sides.
yeah. I like the block guard fend. Like obviously it's not
Yes,
as good as block guard uh stand firm, but I like the fend because it means that like you can you get pushed off the scrum and then you can put that guard in where you want it, where it can be most useful.
yeah.
Okay.
That's
And we 2 seasons. Did a little better in tier 5 than tier 4. We'll see how he manages this season. Um, yeah, just so little tackle in this division. I feel like a broken record saying that, but it feels like it's true in all these teams. Um, oh, this is another team that we are familiar with, the Face Planters. Um,
uh, I asked if he was re-rolling at the end of last, but we're about to see why he did.
yeah, this is an interesting team to watch, to say the
This is how
least.
Alf teams look. Like 4 superstars and loner.
Yeah, this is he can do a lot with an army of loners and these 4 players.
Yeah, it's keeping those four players on the pitch. That's the challenge.
Hmm. Yeah. He's
Yeah, it's
this
got
is
some
like
nice
one of the
piece.
few teams where I'm not going to say there's not enough tackle. I think it has.
I still hate the four rerolls.
Oh yeah.
Like,
Yeah, especially with so many loners.
like with how low you are, and like,
Uh yeah, this is if his team manages not to kill themselves or face plant for a few games and he can kind of build up a team around this, then yeah, it can be a really excellent team. You have three players that aren't far from being legends.
after watching a season of Spoon play, the thing that gets me is he doesn't really make the wrong players. Right, his team just doesn't stay on the field. Like that's a massive issue. Like, if some of them stayed on the sometimes, it'd be an awful lot better,
Yeah.
a lot further along.
Don't buy your team's armor from goblins in strange alleyways.
Yeah, spin's problem
It it may
backfire.
yeah. You know what? This is I shouldn't have said what I said earlier about the previous page on the earlier team. I forget which team it was. This is definitely the most brutal. I mean, do you know what a perm is besides a death?
The funny thing is, I've actually played Spoon with my Nurgle when I was bringing them up. So this team's been around a while. And it looks like it.
Yeah. Spoon is said in chat that he's hoping for top four. I think that's doable for him.
Uh, I've got you as like my dark horse to be a Champions Cup. So don't let me down. Don't let me down.
He's I've bet my child's education on Spoon getting into the playoffs. So don't let me down, Spoon. Where are we? Oh, that's 4C, not 4B. The um the evil bad guys. The nasty, no good. Oh, he doesn't have claw. Okay, he's not that evil. He's okay. The Chaos Dwarfs.
They're still the bad guys. We can't.
Yeah,
You
but
can't
they're
let
like
off that easy.
they're like the lesser bad guy.
You mean
This,
like they're like Cruella de Vil's henchmen?
yeah, or they might be like
Not like
the
the
evil
main
the
bad
evil
guy.
guy's like teenage son who's like just kind of nasty, but like he will grow
They're
up to
like
be evil.
minions.
No, like what am I thinking of? Seth Green from the Austin Powers movies.
Okay. They get a full. They took a minor.
Yeah.
They took the Chorf minor at
Oh,
that.
they took the Chorf Mino. Oh no. Oh no. Looks like
I
we're
think
gonna have
that's a.
another season of saying fire the minnow.
It's the worst big guy in Blood Bowl, and we'll just leave it at that. I don't care what he rolls.
Yeah. No. You don't need him for anything. You don't need him for
uh,
guard. You don't really need him for strength. If you love Frenzy that much, give one of your bold centaurs Frenzy. Like, yeah, it's terrible. It's absolutely terrible. Um, and anytime I see it be terrible for the rest of the season, I will make a point of saying it's terrible. Like one problem with it is that it reduces the number of hobgoblins you have on the field. Like I think you
You
need
don't
the
get
three hobgoblins on the field.
you don't get to see the hobgoblin foul, which is as much as you'd like. That's
Yeah,
probably my
yeah,
favorite animation in Blood Bowl.
yes, exactly. Like, so you have on your
Taking away
field
my fun.
your Greg and your Mangle. It has your two hobgoblins, and then you foul with Mangle. He gets set off, and you have a bit of bad luck, and Greg gets removed. You're now playing like Kemri.
You're playing two hobbo ball. Is yeah.
Yeah. Um, but yeah, a
Only
lot of
one guard as well.
yeah,
On a chore outside of
a striking lack of development on the blockers. And hey, that's the other problem with the Minotaur is it's 170 TV, and this does not look like a 1580 Chorf team. Like there's just
no.
not enough development for that TV level, and it's the Minotaur that's like eating all that up. Like you drop the Minotaur, like I don't know about taking Wizard from with with Chorus, but like it'll give you inducements that could win the game where the Minotaur is not gonna win you the game.
With chores, you take two bribes and you foul every turn.
Yeah, right. Um, in fairness to the development of his blockers, well, he's lost three blockers. Only one of them had a skill. He rolled the double on a blocker to get claw and then promptly died, which I'm sure was heartbreaking for him. Not really heartbreaking for the rest of us, but
It's hilarious, to be fair. He
uh,
didn't even get the claw mighty blow.
no, he didn't.
He
Uh,
didn't even get the full use of it.
so yeah, this is a fresh team, which I think really shows, like it just in terms of the development.
I like the
Um,
development on the ball.
yeah. So the really the positive on this team is Ronnie Stronghoof. He's great. I like
Yeah,
the break tackle.
he's a spectacular piece.
Yeah. It'd be interesting to see what he would get next, and it'd be interesting to see how you want to develop Reggie. I think like I don't play chores because I'm a good human being, but the interesting thing about Chorf development is deciding what to do with the bull centaurs. Like the blockers, you pretty much know what you're gonna do when you get that double. You'll get claw. Maybe you're considered dodge just to develop that block dodge, stand firm, guard piece, but there's not many hard decisions. But figuring out what you want the bull centers to be on your team is kind of the interesting coach question for Chorfs. And it looks like he's favoring the flexible bull center sacker, which I think is the right decision.
I think the right decision is choice re-roll, but
Yeah, given that he made the wrong decision to play Chorfs, um,
yeah, the right decision trying to get as much guard up here as possible. You kind of got like a matter, so it'd be nice if guard.
I actually think that if you're a turf player and he decides to drop out for the season, it shouldn't be a strike. It should be like, oh, good, you've seen the error of your ways and you want to be a better
They should
person.
they should give every chore coach the option to roll halfling.
Yeah. Or no, it should be like, yeah, you can play chorfs, but if you ever re-roll, you have to play halflings.
Or some kind of stunting. Pick your,
Yeah, I guess you can choose your stunty team.
they get double points if they go goblin.
I think goblins better than halflings, but we can have that debate later. We're looking now at the other necro team, um, which is I think this is
This is better.
yeah like for there's a lot of development that kind of needs to be done here, but I think there's a strong foundation. I
I don't like dodge first. The goal. That's brave.
he rolled that double, like that's taking the long view, right? He rolled that double, and now he's one MVP away from Blodge Stanfirm, which is really nice.
Yeah, it is. The other make.
Yeah,
um, yeah, if he makes it to the blodge first and then get guarded,
yeah. So I get it. It's a question of,
I've
do I
developed
make
a
this
Nerva
player
warrior
more
like that.
useful now or more useful later? And he picked useful later.
I developed a warrior like that. I can tell you, it is not fun. it,
Uh,
it
Easy
is pretty
Kyle
awful.
is blaming metal for it, and I'm wondering why.
Oh, that's fair. Just play Mel. It's probably right.
You know, I do,
Um,
like. I guess I'm a little hypocritical because I say that I hate it. I hate taking dodge first on the stars or Chaos Warrior. I think that's a mistake. But
I just wouldn't ever.
I don't know. Stand Firm Blodge is so good that if you have the opportunity to develop that after only 2 levels, I can see the argument for it.
I can see why you just. Yeah, I just. It's a long road, and fair play for you, but that was not one that I have patience after. Um, but outside of that, got Agi for.
Yeah, the As You For Werewolf is really nice. He has Miable Claw. He didn't take the pylon for his second double, which makes him a nicer person, I guess. Uh, but I like the Blodge. I think. Um,
Oh, dodge isn't a double for werewolf, just
it,
a
oh,
strength.
they have agility access. Oh God, I play Necro in Beer League, and I don't even know that. Um, yeah,
You live and
that
learn.
that is interesting. I didn't know werewolves had agility access. It's kind of cool,
Yeah,
but
they do. They don't get passing and strength.
and strength, yeah, that's interesting. No ghouls on the team.
One goal right below the mighty blow blodge werewolf. Hey, Marty too.
I don't see a ghoul.
Oh, it's in game. I'm looking at the in game.
Oh,
So
okay.
he hired it. So
So I guess he was a recent. Okay, so he bought the ghoul. Yeah, I think you need one ghoul. I think that's right. Um,
I was going to ask you about that. Actually. We go what actually for anyway, but I think it's fair.
so overall, I'll say the werewolves are really nice. The flesh golems are on the way to being pretty useful. The lack of guard on them, they need more development before they can be good. But right now they're on the way, and the rights. Yeah, it's just like an overall lack of development everywhere except for the werewolves. But uh, in this league, this division's probably okay. Um, I would highly recommend taking tackle the next time I write levels, because there's definitely going to be games that this guy struggles against.
He doesn't have the base element. It's like the block guard on the golem.
Yeah. You know
There's a
what?
lot
I
of
might have even said take tackle instead of dodge on the werewolf, now that I know that's a normal.
tackle. A lot of
Yeah, I think tackle over block and dodge.
look cool.
Oh, he had a right. Oh, so he did have a right that had tackle that died. So uh that does help explain.
That explains why development. All
Yeah.
very little.
Uh Looks like a relatively new team. Also has only played 7 games. So
Oh, that's fair. I
yeah,
thought you played an entire.
yeah. So
So
this
you
is
played half a season and got that. That's
yeah. So this makes me. I mean, who cares how I feel? But this makes me feel better about this team, knowing it's only 7 games in, because it just screams lack of development. So that makes a lot more sense. Stop
yep.
suggesting tackle. Hey, Spoon. I'm cheering for you in my heart, but in my head, I'm gonna give the advice to beat you. No,
Stamp
actually,
on his elves.
if I'm gonna
They
go with
got
my
glass
heart,
armor.
I want Barry and the lads to win, but um, a little skeptical of that. Jumping Giants.
Ah, Kislev.
Yes, I love Kislev. They're fun to watch, and they're very interesting to play against because they just present challenges that are really unique.
Their
Um,
outfit choice, by the way.
the what?
Uh, their outfit choice is squares. Squares. It's red and squares.
Okay, I, I I guess I'll have to see them to understand. Um,
It looks funky.
so we have the sidestep blodge blitzer, which is awesome. We have a blodge guard blitzer, which is also awesome. Uh, the tame bear, and I'm sure you're gonna say you don't like the bear, but I do like the bear on
No, I
Kislev
like.
teams.
I like the Baron.
Okay, you hear that? The bear on Kislev has the innovation seal of approval.
Yeah, until it gets.
And then we have like the the soccer linemen. Um, yeah, so pretty solid. Nothing really stands out that hugely to me about this team, besides the Blodge sidestep blitzer with his diving tackle and the guard catcher. Probably the most interesting players, but everything else is like, yeah, these are things that Kislev needs to win games. Um, yeah,
um, he's played 21 games, 9-6. Good record.
mm, I guess my one
Um,
point of criticism is you didn't roll an Angie up for the catchers. Next time they level, make sure you roll them to be Agi 5.
roll better levels. God damn it.
Yeah,
I mean, he's rolled a double on a catcher already to get guard.
yeah, but
I mean, that's brilliant. You're like a 2+, you get guarded, and you've got like a sack to tackle.
doesn't look like his attrition has been that bad for 21 games.
I'll
He's
give him time
never
to catch up.
he's never lost a blitzer.
Oh, so that's just a fresh blitz.
Yeah,
I
I
thought
guess
he'd replaced.
he was carrying 2 blitzers and decides to go for the third one. It's interesting.
This is a massive team to have
Yeah,
in one.
like Is there how big of does he have all 16 players?
He's three short.
He's three. Oh yeah, because it goes. He's missing four and he's missing six. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. It's a choice. It's one
Yeah.
that's probably
I
is. It looks like it's been working out for.
yeah. Could probably cut one of the linemen.
You probably keep him. You probably bought him. You probably use LOS fodder.
Yeah.
I'd presume.
Here we go, Spoon. We've found something to be critical about this team. You have too big of a bench, especially since you don't seem to lose your players.
Uh, could be keeping the Felby.
Maybe, I guess, if that's his game plan, but he doesn't. If that's his game plan, then one of these Russells should be a dirty player instead. Like he has
Yeah, but you
four.
can't you can't foul what's not on the floor, right?
Yeah, but he has four Russells,
Hmm.
and if you're keeping the bench because you want to um, foul, like I think that's fair. Then three Russells is enough, and you can get a dirty player.
Um, my initial thought on what he plays
Oh,
that
I thought you said he played over 20 games.
yeah, it said 21. It's 6-6.
Am I just not counting? 4, 10, 13, 18 games. So, okay. You're good enough.
Yeah, it was
Um,
9-6-6. 50.
yeah, so he was in the training grounds in season 14 and then moved to 4G. Yeah, anyway, we'll move on to the next team. Keep scrolling past it. Uh, Last but not least, we have the Skaven.
So we have a natural one turner,
Yeah,
deserves to die.
yeah. The third, you know what? I'm going to move this up to mission number one. So, mission number one for the division is to kill the natty. All natties must die. Mission number two is
Uh,
to kill the legend player, and mission number three is to kill the werewolf before he gets blocked.
claw palm werewolf.
Yeah. Um, yeah. So
You can have
that's a great player to have on
in
your
one
team.
in one more case you got a claw palm as well. Tie that into
Yep.
killing the wolf as well. We
Yeah.
could have
So
that
that'll
tied
be
with
mission number four is to kill Otter Shambles before he gets piled on.
but the rat team.
Oh, Tommy Rogers is saying that he'll kill his own player with a failed GFI. That's acceptable.
Oh,
You,
you've got it covered.
yeah,
That's fair.
I will give you full credit for preventing that abomination.
I'll also give you full credit if you just sack it.
No, I think that feels like cheating.
That feels like
Yeah, that
has to
doesn't feel right.
has to die on the pitch
Yeah,
or doesn't count.
it has to die in game. If like a rock from the crowd kills him, then I'll give,
Partial credit.
yeah.
Oh dear.
You think this is a top four contender? I'm not so
No,
sure. I feel like it's
I think he's missing a Saka.
yeah, like I think no, he didn't even lose a sacker. I think a big problem that he has, like he has players he could develop into sackers, but the wrestle and then he gave him Dauntless. I don't think Dauntless is the right second skill.
No,
That could be a third skill, but like if you gave him either tackle or strip ball, you don't really need the Dauntless because you're bringing them down on a red die more often than not.
I think that I have a theory about gutter because I like to go the less traveled going three wrestle and one block, and the one that I like to you have like one wrestle tackle, you have one wrestle, and you have one wrestle tackle dauntless. It all being so you can kind of sack any position.
How many players on the team? Looks like they have a full roster of 11. But yeah, I kind of agree with Inno, and I feel like sidestep block on slide mongoose is a like it's not. I've praised similar builds earlier, but given that gutter runners really have to carry so much of the team, I feel like it's a bit of a waste. But at the same time, like if he's developing a sack player in Smear Cat and a retrieval player in Stoke Tally, so maybe just that if like 4 games in, this team is gonna look a lot better. But right now, I feel like the gutter runners, except for the Natty, are kind of not quite there. Um, TV level 1400, you can argue that they just haven't had time to develop them, but um, I've seen Skaven teams that looked more dangerous at this TV level. Uh, so I could be wrong. I could very well be wrong. Maybe this team will perform great. Have we completely lost Inno?
No,
Okay.
you Juve asked me something and I don't know if I have it. Uh, no, I don't have. He asked me if I knew Discord in our division, but unfortunately, what were you the last?
Uh, yeah. So I think we've covered all the teams. I'm not a fan of making predictions. So I'm
Oh,
not gonna make
I predict.
predictions.
I predict them on the thingy just on a
Yeah.
whim.
So yeah, everyone can make their own predictions. And yeah. So I don't think we have anything else to cover. Is there anything more you want to say? Innovation.
Uh, no, I just want to wish everybody happy fun and hopefully we will have a really enjoyable season and enjoy our new recapping style.
Yeah. So just a reminder. When don't like tag me in the whole conversation, but either uh DM me or tag me when you've made a decision about what time you guys are going to play, and I'll try to figure out. If I'm having like a week where I'm not up too much, I might stream more than one game, but I will stream at least one game a week. So, uh, thanks everyone. Good luck and have fun.